Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today is October 25, 2023, 7 p.m. local time. So that would be 7 p.m. in your time. Good morning to all of you in the West, and good evening to all my subscribers, viewers here in the Philippines. So today is very nice weather. No typhoon, no thunderstorm, no lightning and thunder. So it's quite pretty good weather. So I have things that need to be fixed or organized, but I'm not yet done doing that. So I'm gonna continue that on the next day. So yesterday I was so tired because I walk a lot, and then my legs get sore. So I need to put Bengay, just a liniment. Oh, there's let me mention your name for those who waiting. So I hope you can come over here because I'm already live. So let me Darpan. Hello, Darpan. Thank you for coming, Darpan. And uh, who else? BG's support group. Okay, thank you for coming also. It's Rosemary, Scott in the world, and I say it. Hello, Scott. Good evening and good morning in your time. So, how's your day? Did you got enough sleep or did you got enough rest? So, guys, I don't know if you, for those who wants to join with me on a live um, panel, I already put the link. So let me check if it's there. Hold on, guys. Hold on, because for those wants to join on my live show, you can able to let me see. Can you find the link, guys? On Scott, can you find the link that I posted on my YouTube, the link of my StreamYard? All is well. It's 56 Fahrenheit. Oh, it's getting cold. Morning in Maryland. Wow. I can't imagine how cold is that, Scott. You don't see it? Okay, hold on. Because I posted in advance. So let me repost because I want somebody wants also to uh, join with me. Okay, hold on, guys. 78 Fahrenheit this afternoon. Okay, so But here, you know what, Scott, here, here in the Philippines, even though it's raining once, this is the thing that, I don't really want to go outside. It's humid, my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna post on my comment section on my YouTube. Oh, there you go. Okay. So for those wants to join with me, guys, all you have to do just click on that, on that link to that you can. I will let you add on my screen. So our subject for tonight or day in your time is how to deal loneliness with or without partner. So that's kind of, that's a kind of interesting topic for today in your time or tonight in my time. 62 more days and I will be there. Oh, really? So how many? 62, 3, 6. So we have to wait for 3 months? So where you gonna stay here in Metro in Philippines? You gonna go on Cebu, Metro Manila, or Mindanao? Okay, let me read. 50 shades darker in the Philippines. Hello, they're saying hello. Okay. Hello too. How is your, how is your food trip in Cebu City? I saw a lot of your, I saw a lot of your videos and, I was uh, laughing about when you tried the durian. Yeah, I agree with your, with your friend. He said that it tastes like a garlicky taste. Yeah, that's the taste of durian, but it's very mild sweetness and very creamy. December, if I fly into Angeles City, oh, okay. Hello, Rosemary. Thank you for coming, Rosemary. Oh, before we're gonna start, for a serious discussion, guys. So, uh, I would like, for those ones to sponsor my show tonight. So I really appreciate that from you guys. And for those ones to join also my join membership join button. So I really appreciate I really appreciate that, guys. Okay, so for those ones to sponsor my show tonight or day in your time. And I have also some, some few questions for, for you guys so that, we can really know what's, how to, how to deal the loneliness with or without partner. Because no matter how you find your partner is not, the, the time it's quite not, very kind to us. It takes long to find a good one. So you have to be patient about looking for the right one. And which is, I did that. So I'm very patient because, I believe patient is virtue. I have to go to work. I will listen in the background. Oh, sure, Scott. Okay. Yeah, because, I think this is time, to uh, get off and go to work. 53 shades darker in the Philippines. Would you like to join on my membership join button? So how is my audio, guys? How is my video? Is not blurry or is not choppy? Because sometimes that my connection is not really good. Sometimes it good, sometimes it don't. So I really want to know if if my audio is good or my video is not it's not freezy or it's not blurry. Because my internet providers, they always have they have always problem every week. So not only once a week, sometimes it happened 4 times and sometimes twice, but most weekly they don't really have a um, a problem about their internet service. And then this is the last time that I experienced. Okay, after I just just 3 seconds when I stopped my show, and then the internet was cut off. So it's just imagine, guys. And then I just, oh my God, it's just timing that I go end up my show. If it's not, my viewers was wonder. I suddenly stop. So that's the problem. And I hope that they gonna okay. So I'll gonna shout out, please, Sky Cable, please. Don't let us your customer. Oh, there you go. Don't let your customer get upset on your services because like last month we experienced 4 times no internet connection. Not only it's just hours, but sometimes it 24 hours. Okay, and then they ask we pay full payment. Okay, but they don't really give refund for that. So please, Sky Cable, please fix your internet connection or internet services, or else we're gonna change our internet provider. And here's the thing that if you're gonna ask, this is the thing that it's easy for me. Easy to lose my my temper, because when if there's something, okay, if there's something that you need to know about about what's going on, about the connection, and they give you the contact, but you know what, the machine always the machine answer your question. You cannot really direct, things that you need to complain. All you have to do, they have uh, selection. So which type, but they give you a selection about what type of problems do you want to discuss or complain. But some of those that they give is not related on the things that you are gonna complain about. So it brings me headache, and I lose my temper about that. So please, Sky Cable, fix your internet service. Because we have hi Michiko, thank you for coming, Michiko. I'm sorry, sorry guys that I'm sometimes I have to voice out what's going on with the Sky Cable corporation. Because yeah, it's not really, it's not really acceptable, because last month, 4 times in a week, they have trouble about the service. Sis, you can join with me, sis, if you have. All you have to do, just click on the link. So thank you. So that's the thing, please. When it comes, for those Western people, did you experience that? What I experienced? Because I know that, like in the States, the internet services is good, but here it's very, very bad. It's not good. So I hope, they have to change that, because, there's a lot of countries here in Southeast Asia that, like in Korea, they have a good, internet service. Okay, so let's go to our subject. So I already explained my my frustration about my internet provider. Oh my gulay. And here's the, because we have monthly plan. So we have cable, at the same time we have internet connection. So once, if there's no internet connection, automatically no cable. So our subject for today: how to deal loneliness with or without partner. So feel free, guys, to share your opinion and share your comment, so that anyone here on joining on my live stream can able to share also their opinion and comment for the subject that I mentioned, because uh there's top three ways to boast, especially when it comes to relationship, okay, and combat loneliness. So let's start. Number one: accept your need. So what does it mean? Remember that our brains, okay, and bodies are wired for close connection. So if there's especially in a relationship, you cannot really you cannot really tell yourself that oh, I have to uh, ignore this. So you have to accept all things that what happens in your mind and in your body, because if you're not if you're not accept that connection, it really makes you feel lonely. It brings you sad. So that's the number one, is to accept your need. And number two is be present with others, especially if you are in a relationship. Show interest with your partner and really listen what he or she is saying to you, what he or she's share about things, what he observe, especially in relationship. So you have to be present for that, so that they won't feel lonely. And you have to, if the, especially if your partner is saying or sharing things, you have to show also that you have interest for that. Canadian breathe in honey. Good evening, Lilibet. How are you? I'm good. Canadian bread and Philippine honey. Shout out to everyone. Thank you for coming. So feel free, guys, to share your question, so that anyone can can also share their opinion. Okay. If you want to join on my live stream, all you have to do is just click on the thing that I post on my YouTube channel. Just click. And then the third one, this is, the 3 ways to boost your relationship and combat loneliness. Number 3 is make spending time. So time is very important. Not only, not only for our relationship, but, for your family, for your loved ones. That's, spending time is very important, especially for those who had long distance relationships. So you have to spend time. So you have to, manage your time, and at the same time, some you have to sacrifice, especially if before you don't really have to go to bed early, and now you have LDR. LDR, so you have to go. You don't have to go early, because there's somebody, there's somebody waiting for you, waiting for you to call or to chat with you. So it's just like uh in a relationship, okay, because this is, this kind of subject that I want to share with you guys is not only for for couple. There are so many ways also, how to deal, loneliness, especially for those like Filipinos overseas contact worker, OFW, overseas Filipino workers. Okay, I made a mistake. Okay, OFW, for those OFW. Sometimes they can, they can able to work, but when it comes, they're homesick. They they homesick because they used to live with their family, okay, living with their family, and then all of a sudden they go abroad. So that's a big, it also that it really triggers them to feel lonely. So for those family of OFW, you also have time, you also have time, to spend, know their, on know their, break time. So, and then that's the time that you can able to talk, because spending time is very important, not only for our relationship, and also for your, for your loved ones, like your, like your, um, elite family. So that's very important. But sometimes, like I said, for those OFW, because they are very vulnerable when it comes to, for when it comes to uh, things that they feel lonely. So they're very so for those family, okay, before you contact your family abroad, you have to know also, you have to know also their break time or your day off, because if you're gonna keep calling to them while they're working, oh, they might get in trouble with their boss. or with their employer. So you have to know also the right time, the right time. If not, my goodness, they gonna return home. So you always aware of that, because it's big. Especially this is what I noticed, a lot of OFW. Sometimes they cannot really stand the homesick. Okay, so especially if they know that nobody remember them. So there, it's easy for them to give up, just, oh, I want to go home. Okay, sometimes they don't have appetite to eat, and sometimes they get sick about thinking about that. So it's also important, it's also important for them, that their family, or their partner knows, so that they can deal the loneliness. Because a lot of OFW, the main reason that they say this is for the family or for the future of the kids. Canadian bread and Filipina honey. I'll be there in 65, 70 days. Lot of YouTube movies for me. So you're gonna take your vacation here in the Philippines, 65 days? That's over 3 months. So that's nice. So that you can explore the nice places here in the Philippines. But you know what, guys? It's just like me. Before, before the pandemic arrived. Okay, so I really love to go different cities, city provinces. I love that. But now it's just like I prefer to stay home. I just go outside, just buy our food and deal with the bank. Dealing on the bank is just like only once a month, because I have to fix that to fix my for my bills. So I'm still scared about the COVID. COVID is always there. They say that COVID is no longer here. I don't think so, because it's not really in the main topic that people are now talking about. So biggest support group. Hello, biggest. Thank you for coming, biggest. So that's the thing that instead going, I would love, but now it's not really safe, especially here in Metro Manila. It's just like um, we are very careful. We very careful. So share with your comment, guys, so anyone can answer that or share their opinion. Feel free, okay? Don't hesitate to ask a question, or you can ask question from me. I would love to answer that from you guys. Okay. And for those who wants to join to my membership join button, all you have to do, just click the join button. So biggest support group. You have group? Is that your group? What is your group, for Or is this your YT channel? So yeah, it's very important, how we, especially, before. I really, it's quite, it's quite difficult. It's kind of, hard, um, to, especially if you're, if you're alone. It's really, it's really hard to deal with, with the loneliness. You can't. But my style, especially when I was, when I was in the province, it's a group of fish hobby people. Is that here in the Philippines? What do you mean? It's a group of fish hobby people. You're talking about fishermen or a group of fish hobby? What does it mean? I'm confused. Please explain to me. Okay. So when I was, when I was in the province, so this is during the time that I'm single. It's kind of, it's kind of hard, not to feel lonely, especially if you're, if you're alone. But my style is when I was in the province, I make myself busy. Like, I do gardening, and most of my time, I'm very busy, to do gardening, do things that, I can really get money from, for what I'm doing. Like, I cook some food, and then I sold that, so that, I don't really feel lonely. Because, here's the thing, guys, that, you really feel lonely if you don't do nothing. You just, you just sit, eat, and, you always feel lonely about that. So my advice is make yourself busy, so that you don't really, well, you can also, you can also feel, you feel lonely, but it's just like, just like, it's, it's easy for you, it's easy for you to forget. Okay, because you have things that you need to be done on that day. Okay, unlike, unlike if you're not make yourself busy, you always feel lonely about that. Okay, biggest support group people keep fish tanks in their home. Ah, okay. Oh, Canadian bread in Philippines. Ah, okay. Oh, that's, that's good news. Canadian bread in honey, Filipino. No, Lilibet, I'm retiring there to meet Mia and start making videos and live streaming from Lapu-Lapu. Oh, that's, that's sounds good. So you're gonna, you're gonna full-time YouTuber. Yeah, and also, one day, I'm wishing that, we can collab, if that's what that's what you want to share with us. So how old are you, Canadian breed in Filipina, honey? But they said that Lapu-Lapu City, it starts to be crowded now because from in Metro Cebu, it's just like also crowded. So some foreign uh, people, they just move to Lapu-Lapu. Now the Lapu-Lapu City starts to crowded also. Okay. So Mia is living in Lapu-Lapu City. Yeah, you're still young. You're still young Canadian bread and Filipino honey. As long as you eat healthy food, because Frank is, he's older than you. And me, I'm older than your fiance, Mia. Okay. Yeah, that's why that's a lot of it reminds me about one of my guests. He's a blogger. He was working, and then he quit on his job, and then he do full time on blogging. So I have a question for you, Canadian bread and Filipina honey. How can you deal loneliness, especially now that uh, you have a LDR relationship? How can you deal with that so that you don't feel lonely? How you deal with the loneliness? With your with your partner, Mia, especially that you are LDR. Hello. Boots and boots, muscles from Brussels. Hello, thank you for coming. What's up? Thank you for coming, Poots. Poots, you are so loyalist, loyalist. But I really appreciate that. I need some dental done before I start blogging. Okay. Why? Well, anyway, that's the thing that I really want also, I'm good, I'm good, but I have a little sore on my legs because yesterday I walk a lot. My God. So I just apply, Bengay. It's a kind of a liniment. I walk a lot because yesterday is Tuesday here in the Philippines. So I went to the laundromat, Doe Groceries, and I went to the bank, to get documents that I needed. So I walk a lot, my goodness. Hello, Miss Manny. Ah, you know, Frank cannot massage my legs because I have a big legs. My leg is not, it's not, I have a big old leg. Ah, don't worry about that, Miss Manny. Don't worry about that. you're late. Okay, don't worry about that. I understand you need something, you need something, to deal with it. No worry about that, because this is the thing that I really want to share about my subject: how to deal loneliness with or without partner. Okay, so it's just like there's a three ways to boost your relationship and combat loneliness. So I already explained that, but let me uh, explain that again. Because number one is accept your need. So sometimes, especially for those LDR, you need to accept that, you have to get up in the morning, or you have to get up early than the usual time that you get up, because there's a responsibility that you have to deal with it. Okay, especially if you have LDR relationship. Okay, so it's just like, remember that our brains and body is just, if you're gonna think, oh, I have to get up early in the morning. So usual time that you get up is 6 o'clock in the morning. But you have LDR. So by the time that you woke up, so he's already gone going to work. So you have to, you have to accept your needs, to get up early, the time that your friend or your partner going to work, so that your body will use of that. Okay, so before, it's just like, I used to get up what time? 4 o'clock most of the time, because at that time I have job. Okay, so that my mind and my body's use of that. But now it's no longer like that. So I don't really accept my need for that. Before, I am, I accept my needs, so I have to get up early in the morning. But now I'm no longer accept my need, because I don't work. So but I have, I try to back things that I doing when I was working, because for me it's not really healthy also. Okay, so you have to, in the three ways, to boost your relationship and combat loneliness, is to accept your need. Okay, number two is be present with others, especially for those couple. Spending time with your partner, or spending time with your friends, is very important, so that they don't feel lonely. That's the thing that a lot of people, they just feel lonely, because nobody spend time with them. It's just like, a simple hello, how are you? Because you don't, in for me, I don't really need you every time, every day. It's just like, it mean a lot to me if you remember that, how was my day, how's my life. I really appreciate that for those people. It's just like, no matter how busy you are, you still spending time with your families, relative, friends, or of course your mate or your partner. So that's very important, to be present with others. Woof, woof, woof. Canadian bred Filipino honey. MM is not a wolf. He's a cat. So yeah, meow meow meow. It's not whoa whoa whoa. Meow meow meow. And then the third one, spending time. Like, like I mentioned a while ago, that, for those OFW, they need, they need time, with, especially with their, with their families, okay, or with their mate or partner. You have to spend time with them, because it's not easy to be OFW. But guys, for those, for those families here in the Philippines, make it sure, guys, that, you have to know their, their break time. They have to know their, their day off, or, just, just like, just a few minutes that you can able to say hello, your partner or families abroad. Just, just spend time, so that, so that, your friends or partner or relatives abroad won't get trouble with their bosses or employer. Okay, so that, they don't feel lonely, because most of, this is what I, this is what I know and notice. A lot of OFW, they're very homesick, because, especially first time, first time they go abroad. Okay, so they feel very lonely about that. So for those, for those families that, here, you have to, you have to spend time, so that they don't feel lonely, so that they can finish their contract. Okay. So if they feel lonely most of the time, their mind, they're not really function well, because, they have so many things that goes around in their mind, and also their body, their body is lack of energy. But if you have, if you have support your partner, is if you support your families, your, your siblings or your parents, they don't really feel lonely most of the time. Okay, of course, they feel lonely, but it's not as often, they feel lonely. Okay, and also, in a relationship, way back 19 and way back 2018, I have to sacrifice, I because uh night in the States, daytime here, so I have to get up early in the morning, because I have to, I have to work. And so I sacrifice a lot of that, you know instead of going to sleep, because, on the next day I have to get up early in the morning. But, I sacrifice about that, so that, um Frank, okay, Frank, he don't feel that, I don't give him value, especially when it comes to time. Okay, so I sacrifice things, no matter what, even though you can, he still noticed that, my eye is still, half of my eyes is closed, but, I'm still, do my effort, to talk, because I don't want him to feel lonely, because, we're in a relationship, so that's very important, guys. And he appreciate that, and I appreciate him also. But it's just like you have to sacrifice things that, if you want, the relationship will work well. Okay, so that's, that's very important, how to deal, loneliness. And especially sometimes, sometimes I have something, I have something to share with him, that, I don't really like, I don't really like the way my boss treated me. So I just share with him. And when I share with him, it's just like, oh my goodness, so I can't stand with my boss. So you have no choice, you have to stand for that. But, deep inside, you're against about that. So it's just like, when I share that, when I share to him, he just feel me good. So because I feel, I feel lonely about that because, I'm thinking, do I to stand, do I stand my rights? Do I stay work with this, this kind of boss, an asshole boss? But, it's just like you're thinking that, oh, so as long as I can take it, I will. But it's really, it's really bring you depression about that, you don't, you don't deserve that kind of treatment, especially when it comes to your boss. So I'm just thinking, do I need do I need to to insist my my rights, or my side with my boss, or so it's just like he's worried also about that. But it's just like, okay, so the communication is very open, so I just told him, oh, don't worry about that. I can I can handle with that, so that I don't feel lonely. Because if you feel lonely, you don't, your brain is not working, it's not working. There's a lot of worries around your brain. Yeah, that sounds great, Miss Money. Everything is doing great. Yeah, good, that's good. Hi, you know what? It's so hard, it's so hard to deal with loneliness. And I don't really want, I don't really want to be alone. It's not, it's not really, it's not really good. Okay, Canadian bread and Filipino honey. I have been watching YouTube for 10 months and watching movies to pass the time. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes if we cannot, Canadian bread and Filipino honey, sometimes if there's no good showing in the movie house, Frank loves to go to YouTube. They have, they have good movies on YouTube. You just be patient to find out. Puts on boots, spending time on live streams, especially during Baguio vacation, was a great help. Yeah. I'm just, okay, puts on boots. I'm just wonder why you choose Baguio City, because Baguio City it's far from Metro Manila. So a lot of, a lot of Western men, they really want to stay in a few weeks, or, a few days in Metro Manila before they decided to go outside Manila. What makes you bring that, go straight, go straight to Baguio City? Huh? What? Canadian bread and Filipino honey. I saw you and Frank on Calvin's channel. Been meaning to ask Frank are going to start another lemonade store. I know. Yeah, that's that's the actually, this year I really focus on, on my channel, on my channels. I do often live streaming Canadian bread and Filipino honey, okay? But way back 2000, 2000, because, I started my channel, it was 2021. So I don't really, I'm not really enthusiasm, to do live streaming, okay? Because, I feel that, my English is not really good than, than other bloggers. So I'm then quite, hesitate doing live streaming because they might hear that I pronounce it improper, and then my accent is just I speak English but my accent is Filipino. So I'm very I'm very hesitant about that. But I realize, okay, so I watch other bloggers that they're doing good. Okay, they're doing good. So why not? So I this year I just concentrate doing live streaming. Unlike way back 2021, I'm just based on recorded video. So I have to edit that, and it's sometimes it's quite tiring because it's you have to edit properly, or else the show is not really organized. It's quite tiring. But I realize when do a live streaming, all you have to do just study, the subject and how to deliver with your viewers, and it's quite easy for me. Then do a do a recorded video. Yeah, we always, that time, first time, me and Frank, we always came out on Calvin channel. And that time I'm not very talkative, because it's for me it's just like it's a man show, Calvin. But some, he asked me some a little question, but the majority of the content is more on men's talk. Biggest support group, very hard. It's very hard on it. Yeah, I know that. I know that. And sometimes, what, biggest support group, a lot of, especially for those OFW that, their employer are not good. Sometimes they cannot really take that pain. Sometimes they, they have a mental problem. So I feel sorry about that. Biggest support group. So many Filipina OFW talk to me about their problems. Yeah, and here's the problem here. Biggest support group. A lot of Filipino, they think that if they have children work abroad, they think that they feel good, but they don't know what's they're doing there. Sometimes they escape lunch, sometimes they don't eat dinner, sometimes they don't eat breakfast. But some of their families, once their children, or their daughter or son sending money, they're just like one day millionaire. Okay. And sometimes, in the province, they're so arrogant, because I have abroad daughter or son, but they don't know what's going on there. So I feel the loneliness of OFW. I feel that, even though I've been went to abroad, but I know how they work hard just to send money for their families. Yeah, I agree. Super hard, super hard. Canadian bread and Filipino honey. Mia was a OFW in Dubai for 9 years, and I want to do a video about her experience. Okay, so that's a good content. Okay, Canadian bread and Filipino honey. That was not us with a lemonade stands. What? Okay, puts and boots. With the internet, loneliness can be resolved easily through communities. I think that's what got me through many years of work. It's the sleep years. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing that we have internet. There's so many options that you can go on online. What do you call that? Online communication. But before it's so hard to deal, especially. But even though puts and boots, if those people, they don't have smartphone, even though there is internet, they cannot really able to communicate their loved ones. Don't call me ma'am. Call me Lily, Darpan. Yeah, I understand, just sign of respect, but I feel good if you call me Lily. Okay, Puts and Boots, I choose Baguio because I of the climate, mountains, and nature, no big city vibes. I love green natures and enjoy walking, hiking. Belgium is so grateful of buildings. I don't want to be around buildings. Okay, but you know what? There's a nice also, here in we're near to Tagaytay City. There's a little Baguio here in Metro Manila Puts. But you know what? Now that 2003, but I remember the first time I went to Baguio City. That was 1993. It's not really crowded. There's a few uh, buildings or some condo that they build, but now it's quite, I don't really way back 1993. I went to Maharlika Market. I just walk. Okay, I don't ride on the jeepney or taxi because that's near to Strawberry Field Avenue in Baguio City. So I just walk, and you really enjoy because especially I went there, December, so it's so foggy, and you really enjoy, the cool weather. But now it's quite traffic because the last time I went to Baguio City, it was 2016, 2016. So I was staying Lemonade Hotel, and I can see that it's quite traffic. It's quite traffic. I'm good, Darvan. Miss Manny M said he went there to explore some hills, Ati Lily. Okay. But you know what? If you want to really, here's the thing that you want to really explore the hills, Puts in Boots, just go to Ifugao. So you can see the Banawi rice terraces. Because one of my niece married to a Ifugao man. Oh, the hills, the mountain is very nice. So I wish I could visit also to her, because in Ifugao, or you can go also in Abra, because Baguio City is so crowded now. But the two city province that I mentioned, Ifugao, that's in Banawe, and then Abra, you can still enjoy, the natural. It's not really crowded of, buildings or high-rise condo. Oops, Frank, scratching my head. No, I don't, I don't really about the lemonade. The lemonade. I think that's, the Philippine Falls effect, because, they mention about that. They have a business, they have a business of lemonade. Biggest support group. I understand what you say because I have USA Southern English, so Philippine 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 people. No, okay. Understand me too. It's break up English. Actually, that's, yeah, that's, our main, main plan. We gonna build apartment. And then maybe that's the second plan that I really want, because now this is what I noticed. There's a lot of Black American coming here in the Philippines, and I want to open a soul food restaurant. But I have to know first how to grow, the colored greens. Yeah, because I know already how to cook, smattered pork chop. I know how to make cornbread. What else? I really want, when I watch, the vlog of Filipina P, she said that, the taste of colored greens, it tastes like, it's almost to a kangkong. Kangkong is just like a water spinach. So maybe if I can able, to grow colored greens here in the Philippines, so maybe I can replace that to kangkong. Kangkong here in the Philippines, we call that water spinach. Okay, Puts on Boots, DARPA, and how do you deal with loneliness, my friend? Okay, so how do you deal? Okay, biggest support group, money problem at home. Yeah, anywhere, money. It's all about money, money, money. Nahari, hello, Nahari, welcome. It's been a long time that you come here on my show. For those guys, okay, guys, for those wants to sponsor my show, please sponsor, or if you want to join to my membership, join button. Click the join button, please. Thank you for coming, Naheri. Okay. Yeah, biggest support group, missing their kids, precisely. Miss Manny, OFW isn't just dealing with homesickness, many also dealing with broken families. Well, that's the problem, Miss Manny, because if the this is real life happen. If the wife go abroad, and then the wife surprised that the husband has another woman, and then if the husband go abroad, the wife, I'm not saying all, come on, okay, don't think that I'm saying all, but some, they surprise, dalawang anak naging tatlo na. Frank Tate, it's a good thing to read financial books to keep your mind busy. One day, Ifugao rice terraces will be with money. Thank you, Lily. Oh, I'm on the top of the world, and yeah. So if you're gonna go to Banawi, Ifugao rice dinner, that's in Banawi. So you're gonna sing Puts on Boots with Miss Money, top of the world. Okay. And then because I love on my in my niece place, you can see the stream, the water from the stream was so clear, crystal clear, that you can able to drink that water from the stream. That's how beautiful in Ifugao, in Banawi. MK Fitness in the Philippines, what's up? How is your, how is your did you fart? Did you fart good without, without embarrassing your your girl Rachel? Because I was watching your video about, about the fart. My goodness. Hello, Belinda, Melvin. Thank you for coming, sister. Okay, so I'm gonna discuss about the three types of loneliness. Okay, so we're not yet done about my subject. So I'm too much talking. So I almost forgot the three types of loneliness. Okay, Mr. Potato Head is slipping it off. Okay, Southern food been eat all my life. Well. Well, it's just like, the reason why I mentioned about, soul food, because here in the Philippines, biggest, we don't have that, so we always serve Filipino food or other, like Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and some a little Western cuisine. But, I really want, to, it it catch my attention. I'm get interested how to deal with that, with the soul food, because I know some Western people, especially black American, no matter how they eat, like Filipino, Japanese, Chinese, they're still looking for soul food. It's just like me, no matter what I cook, a Western cuisine, I'm still looking for, dried fish, rice, garlic rice, and, sunny side up egg. I'm still looking for that, no matter how I eat, Western cuisine. So I just like, I just understand that, for Black American. I advise young men to stop chasing women and work on building their investment. The woman will come once they have their self together. Okay, MK Fitness in the Philippines, you never lonely if you have Filipina. I agree. I agree with that. MK Fitness works on investment and get out of the West. I agree. I agree. You know. They said that in the states it's good, it's too good, to save money, but once you already target the amount of money, just go in the Philippines and build your own, you build your own empire. Wow, empire, sana all. Canadian breed in Filipino franc, all right, then you can put a drink store on the first floor. Oh yeah. MK Fitness in the Philippines, don't waste your money on the Western women. Really? Well, in fairness for those, good, Western men, but, like a lot of, alike of Western men, they said majority they are. Okay. So, okay, for those Western women, watch my video or my live streaming. We're not really talking all. We're not generalize Western women, okay? There's a but majority they are, okay? Wow. Pardon. But you know what? Oh, okay. This is, okay. I don't really, yeah, that's the thing, guys, that sometimes this is, when you want to fart, you don't feel comfortable. If you just, if you just hold, it's just, you have to fart, slowly by slowly. It's just like, you feel good, especially it nobody in your nobody around. It's feel good, to fart, you release all the way. You feel good about that. I don't know for those, people here, but make it sure that, if it's okay if your husband and wife, okay. So If I fart, okay, if I fart, if Frank, I thought that sometimes, I fart loud, and I thought Frank don't hear it. And then the only thing that Frank told me, I hear that, and then I just LOL. It's same way. And then, and then sometimes at the mall, okay, sometimes we walk together, okay, and then he said, oh, I have to go there. I know what he's doing because he's smart. And then I told him, Frank, okay, share your blessing, share your blessing. So if you're gonna walk, once you fart, especially at the mall, nobody will detect you that you're farted, because if it's smelly, nobody will, unless that you fart, you just stand, you don't walk. They really detect you that you're the one who fart. But if you're gonna fart while walking, nobody will knows that. Okay? So that's why I told them that, okay, share your blessing. We have looked at the plan that to include store and rent out. Nice, Frank. It sounds like you're already having the plan in motion. Yeah, we already planned it. But I have to work. I have to work first in the States, because it's easy to save the amount of money if I work in the state, not here. That's why Frank told me that I have to quit on my job because I work hard, but the paycheck that I receive is not worth it. So he told me that it's okay. I can able to sustain your needs and also our needs. Oh, thank you, Miss Money. Oh, you renew. First time of Jesus. Hello, sister. Okay, for those newcomer, please share your comment how to deal loneliness with or without partner in life. Canadian bread and Filipino honey. I'm thinking of at least getting a small fridge for me a store. Why don't yeah? She has a sari store. So if she has sari store, I prepared you to give her, the big fridge so that you can put a lot of stuff, because if you're gonna use small fridge, and then the electricity, if you're gonna use small and big, it's the same. Thank you, Miss Money. Okay, so let's go back to the three types of loneliness. Okay, number one is emotional loneliness. Don't let yourself lonely all the time. Yeah, sometimes we feel lonely, but don't let yourself feel lonely most of the time, because it's not healthy. The absence of meaningful relationships. So you have to, you I'm not saying that we don't feel lonely, okay? Sometimes we feel lonely, but don't let yourself lonely most of the time, okay? And then number two is social loneliness. So I think doing this on social media is just like a part of social loneliness. So don't if somebody will bash or comment things that is not really irrelevant on the subject, that you don't affected on that, because a person will deficit in equality of social connection. Yeah, Canadian bread and Filipino honey here in the Philippines. A lot of people, they have a sari-sari store. OMG, Steve tried balut. Steve, yeah. You know what, guys? I don't know. I don't know why Western people are very frightened about trying balut. Guys, the balut is not as bad that. Okay, I have a question. Which one you gonna choose? Black women or balut? Which one you gonna prefer? If I give you, if I give you a choose for that, balut or Western woman? I didn't know what happened to that ate. I think I accidentally landed my hand on my phone. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. Sometimes it happens to me that I'm just wonder, what did I do? What did I do? Oh, good. Canadian bread and Filipino honey. Yeah, she has. She has a live. Okay. It's okay. I think she needs, because, I think she needs more watch hour. That's why she's regular, open to do that for the watch hour so that she will monetize, I think. Yeah, I told you that, this is, that sometimes, I'm just react because they think that, there's sometimes, some Western people, they don't really understand because a lot of, oh, did you ever try balut? It's try, because, in Vietnam, there's balut, but they don't call balut. They call that in their language. And also Thailand, there's balut also. Cambodia, they have also balut. Okay. So it's just like, okay, so for me, this is serious thing. Okay, if you don't like balut, don't say anything because Filipino, that's our food, okay? That's our food. We accept your comment about that, but don't say bad about, the food balut. So okay, I understand they scared, there's embryo, it's okay, but sometimes they comment so exaggerated comment about that, you cannot really, it just like when you hear that, it pisses you off. So it's just like, okay, if you don't want to eat balut, okay, it's given that you will tell, the people that you don't like balut because there's an embryo. That's it. And don't say bad about the balut because Filipino, that's our food. So you have to respect our food because we don't want also to cursing your food. So that's the thing. So I don't understand why some foreign people, they just cursing. Oh, you try balut. Come on. Sometimes when I watch about some foreigners try the balut. Sometimes I don't really like. I'm just be honest because they too much comment about the balut. Okay. So what if we're gonna cursing also your food? How do you feel? It's for me, I'm very. It's okay for me if you say something about that, but don't comment so exaggerated. My goodness gracious! Don't you know that's part of Filipino history eating balut? Mount Frank, babies are different than the duck embryo. So if you're gonna, if you're gonna compare that, if people eat human flesh, or you can compare that, the babies with the duck embryos, but you cannot really, you cannot really example the, the duck embryo to a baby's. No. It's just like, when I saw piglet, I eat lechon. I eat lechon, but I don't like to see, I don't like to see the, the whole piglet, especially when I go to SNR. I saw the whole piglet. I can't stand with that. Because for me, it looks like a human. Put it in the plastic and put it in the freezer. I can't stand with that. I eat lechon. No, okay. So, no, it's just like, it's okay. I already explained, Miss Money. There's a lot of people, uh, I just explain, for me, I understand, they have to comment about, eating balut. Okay. I understand that, they don't want to eat with a duck embryo, not jack, duck embryo. It's okay. That's, that's given that, people, but sometimes, you know, sometimes they just use that, to scare people coming here, that instead that they have interest to eat balut is no longer, they're not interested because of that what they saying. So that's what that's what I'm trying, to tell. Yeah, Frank, we don't mind if you talk about our food. Okay. So that's what, that's what you comment. I respect that, because I don't want also, to argue with that, because no matter what, they're gonna, they're gonna, they're gonna comment. They're gonna comment what they want to comment. So I cannot, I cannot tell to anyone that, this is you gonna comment about eating balut. Okay, so the third types of loneliness is existential shit existential existential loneliness, a feeling of find a mental separateness from others and the wider world. Yeah, Miss Manny, I don't, I eat cochinillo, but because in SNR they have, they have ready, ready to roast or ready to bake cochinillo, but I'm not. I'm scared. Oh yeah, I know, because I already ate. I tried dog meat when I was a kid. I tried that, but cat I don't. Maybe some the shupo that I ate. They said, but I don't say about that. Especially especially people living in Baguio City. If you're gonna if you're gonna show to them the beef and the dog meat, they refuse to take the beef. They gonna take they gonna take the dog meat. But now they longer cannot eat that because we have a animal act welfare. So if somebody will butch the dog, they get in trouble. They might go to jail. But before that, before that laws, there's a lot of people in Baguio City, they eat dog meat. Because, Ilocano or Igorot, they love dog meat. But now they can't. Maybe some, they just hide it. John. Hello, John. Oh, yeah. That's true, Poots. Instead of, choosing, beef, they just prepared, to eat dog meat. Thank you for coming, John. So it's just like, I thought that was not legal. Before, John, if you're talking about eating dog meat, before they passed the law about, the uh, Animal Welfare Act, yeah, people, they very often, to eat dog meat. But now, it's no longer that. If you're cruelty with the animals, you might go to jail, or you might fine for that. Yeah, but before that law implemented, there's a lot of, especially because, I have friends living in, in Baguio City. They love to eat dog meat. Yeah, it's just like it reminds me that, I am honest. I try when I was a kid. I tried, the dog meat, and my my uncles, they cook very good. You don't really taste like a dog, unless they're gonna tell you that, that's a dog meat. But when I grown, and then, especially my mother and, my father realized that no matter how you cook the dog meat, the rabies is still there. Oh, they stop, especially my father. When he was alive that time, he realized, oh, it's no longer safe. So he stopped. But during, because, during the time of, my father, he was in, because he get, my father get married very young age. Okay, very young age. He was 25, and my mother was 23 years old. So 30, on his age 30, they're very, drinking beer, or, rum with, we call that pulutan, guys. And also, my grandparents, because, that time they're very young when they get married, so that, their niece, and then, the aunties and, uncles, they're very young. It's just like their brother and sister. So I still remembered, my grandparents, the siblings of my grandparents in my father's side. So they love to do that. And then, and then we have a neighbors died about the rabies. So that's, my father realized that, oh, this is not safe. This is not safe. So he stopped eating dog food. I know, dog meat, not dog food, dog meat. Oh yeah. Well, sometimes, sometimes I realize, I understand some people, especially in the remote area, okay, they don't really look into the, on the, the side effect of the, like, the insects, or, the animals that they ate, because it's just like, they just like want to survive, okay, just to feed their stomach. Well, the taste, money, you don't really taste like, a dog. It's really good because, they cook like caldereta. It's good. The taste is like, taste like goat. The taste of, the dog and the taste of the goat meat, it's almost the same. The texture of the meat, it's the same. Sometimes, the people think, oh, this is a goat meat. No, it's a calf. It's good, especially, my lolo, he cooked very good. You don't really know. You don't, it's just like, tastes like, oh, like a lamb stew. I used to raise rabbits for meat. Had about 150 rabbits. I tried, I like the taste of rabbit, John. So I already taste, the rabbit curry. It's just like, Indian restaurant. It's just, a fine restaurant in Tagaytay Highlands. Their rabbit curry, so good. You don't really think, it's just like, you just feel, ugh, yuck, when you know that somebody will tell you that, that's a rabbit meat. But if nobody will tell you, you just, you're gonna finger licking good. But you know what? I'm year of the rabbit. I don't want, I don't want rabbit. Well, we're gonna butch, for the sake of their food. Yeah, but guys, for those who wants to come here in the Philippines, try. There's a lot of delicious food, Filipino food. You can choose in the restaurant, street food. Much better if somebody will offer, the home cook. You will enjoy the home cook. Filipino home cook food is so good. About the rabbit, Frank? No. The taste of rabbit, it tastes like a lamb. But I don't really, I love to eat, lamb. But this is the result. When I eat lamb, I feel hot. I don't know what's, because I've been trying, so lamb steak. When I try that, my God, I feel hot. So I don't, I stop eating, lamb steak because, I feel hot. You know what, Miss Manny? That's the reincarnation of rabbit. Okay, that's the reincarnation of rabbit because cat has 9 lives. So rabbit wants to reincarnate. Okay, the taste of the dog is like, no. Like I already, I already explained, the similarity, the taste of the dog is tastes like, the goat meat. If you try, the goat meat, Frank, that's the taste of the dog, the meat of the dog. Ay, nako. You want me to cook, actually here in the Philippines, Frank, the original beef caldereta, or a beef stew, that in English we use goat meat, is way more better than we use the beef. And then I love estupadong kambing. I don't know what's that in English, I don't know what's that in English, the estupadong kambing, kambing is goat. Yeah, their family, Jan. Yeah, I also tried that because in Palawan, my brother-in-law, they always bring us a tapa. It's just a cured deer meat. Okay, I love also deer because it's family of goat. Yeah, you know what, Miss Manny, I love the caldereta made of goat meat. So I hope that Puts will try goat meat. I like deer meat and elk. What's elk? Elk meat. Deer meat and moose. The moose, they're family, right? So I think the taste is similar with the goat. What's elk? Elk or yeah. What's elk? Okay, guys. So before I go to end up, because what time is it now? It's almost, so I'm gonna end up 9 o'clock. So quarter to 15. Oh no, quarter to 15. 15 minutes before 9 o'clock p.m. here. Okay. So so how to overcome loneliness? Yeah, it's just like, I already done, explaining, the types of loneliness that people encountered, and how to boost, the relationship with combat loneliness. So that's the end, Miss Manny. So a lot of people, how to overcome loneliness. Some people, if they're lonely, they just cook and eat. So they don't feel lonely. So they just feel happy because they eat. So I think it's just also, it's just like also connected. When you eat, if you're not lonely, you don't really eat. But sometimes, if you're lonely, you cook and eat. So it's just like connected on the elk. What's elk? I cannot Google elk because I use my phone. So okay, I have a question, Miss Manny, for you. If you feel lonely, or how you overcome your loneliness. My loneliness is killing me. Ah, I think that's a moose. Because Canadian breed and Filipino honey elk is like a big deer has a horns. Yeah, the moose. They have the horn was was wider than the deer. The deer is just like what do you call that? Sanga sanga is just like the twig's horn. But the moose they have wide horns. So I think that's the moose. Yeah, I think I already know that it's same maybe that's a moose, Mousse, moose. I just googled that's huge. Eating keeps people from being lonely. Smaller than a moose. Ah, okay. Okay, I can imagine the look of elk. Okay. Sorry, my spelling moose is just like chocolate mousse. That's is that the animal, the moose. Ay, for Santo. That's what she said. I used to drink whiskey when I'm lonely. You know what, guys? When I was single, when my age, I start independent. I live my, just by myself. I was 19 years old. So I just really, oh my God, I almost to become an alcoholic that time, but I stopped. Okay, I stopped. When I was, in my 20s, 20, 25, my God, I was so, I always loved to drink because um, it's just like, I don't know, I just feel, I feel good, even though when you drink, because this is what I notice when I drink, you don't really feel sad, okay? So if there's something that you talk with your friends, okay, if there's a company of your friends talking about joke, it's easy for you to laugh. So that's what I realized that drinking alcohol is make me feel happy. You know what, guys? If you for those Western men coming here in the Philippines, uh, we call that Cuatro Cantos. The Ginebra San Miguel gin. We call that Cuatro Cantos. Four side. That's Spanish Cuatro Cantos. You know what? I just drink that. Sometimes, if I go to work, and then I told my neighbor, and then he asked me if I have a leftover of gin, Ginebra San Miguel, the gin, the Cuatro Cantos. And then I told him, yeah, but it's the, one fourth left. And then he's the one who finished my leftover gin. So when I come back home, I just buy two or three that. And then I feel happy. So when I get tired, I just, I rent my, just only a room, a boarding house. So I'm just, I free, I drink. So when I feel drunk, so I just go to my boarding house and sleep. But, I really enjoy about that. But, I realized that, oh, this is not good. This is not good. So I try to control about drinking. I don't, if there's a choices, if I gonna go smoke or drink alcohol, I love, drinking alcohol than to smoke. because I don't really like, the smell. When you first, two or three sip of, the cigarette, you feel enjoy because the minty taste. Then after that, you cannot really smell, the tobacco that, it burn. So I don't like that. So I prefer to go and drink. It reminds me of, my father told us that it doesn't matter for us if we're gonna smoke or drink, as long as we don't go on drugs. He always tells us it's okay to drink, especially if you're in the house. It doesn't matter for him. So I just okay, and then he told me that as long as you can able to afford to buy your drinks, why not? So when I have a job, okay, I can afford, so I can drink whatever I want to drink. But I don't really go onto the smoke, and I never try drugs, never, never at all. What you expect, money, rabbit size? What? Oh my God! You know what, guys? I feel lonely. I do karaoke. Yeah. But me, if I feel lonely, when I feel lonely, I just fix all the cabinets. Because, Frank told me, no, nobody will makes you feel happy except yourself. So that's what, okay. So I don't want to feel lonely. So if I need something, to clean, especially the house, if my cabinet is not organized, so I just spend time, to organize, because I don't want to feel lonely, and I don't want to add wrinkles on my face. Okay. So that's my medicine to avoid loneliness, or is that the reason so many Western women are fat? I don't know. Um, I think the reason why they get fat because of the serving that in the States. You already mentioned that, Frank. Here in the Philippines, we serve large fries, but it's not large as what you think. So you think that's a small serve, but here it's a large serve. So maybe because in the States they serve more, the quantity of the food is way bigger than here in the Philippines. That's why well, I don't say that that we have with Shirley here in the Philippines. We have also Shirley, but that's not too many in the States. That once you know what, guys, I've been watching what do you call that, there's a video. There's a two Shirley. So they fall in line on the fast food. So there's a two Shirley ahead of him. So he's holding the tray. Instead of holding the tray, because the two Shirley, they have a big bat. So the Shirley ahead of him don't know that there's a man next to her holding the tray, to go to the counter and pay the what he ordered. And then what he did is just putting the tray on the butt of Shirley. So it makes me LOL when I saw that video. That's crazy, man. And the Shirley, he has no idea that he has a food tray on her back. And size. What? What are you talking? Okay, let me listen to the music. Okay. Boots on Boots is a fancy restaurant portion size. Okay. Moose ex Moose my ex-wife. LOL. It's actually difficult to feel lonely when you have playful offspring. Well, it's just like no matter how no matter how you expect, it suddenly you feel lonely, especially when you're listening. It happens to me when I listening music, and then I really feel the lyrics, because I'm not really into the songs. It's just only the beat. No, I'm not. So I'm very aware of what written on what lyrics has. So sometimes I feel affected when I listening the music. So I feel lonely about that, especially for those black singers. The way that they make songs, it really happens in real life. So now new generation, they don't care. It's just like they just feel on the beat. Okay, but this is the thing that a lot of like I was watching, the story of Ray Charles. Okay, he's a black singer, and he's a blind, and every music that he made, it really happens in his life. So it's just like it reminds me of the soundtrack of the series that I've been watching on HBO Go. So it's just like the sounds, the series is Soprano. It's all about gangster, how Al Capone become Al Capone. Um, so many gangster. Okay, and then when I hear their soundtrack, wow, it's so it's I really like the beat, the rhythm. It's really you just you can stop yourself, not to move your body about. But when I read, my God, when I read the lyrics, it's so violent song. So I just stop. I just stop listening. I like the rhythm, the beat. But when I check, because I tell to Frank I want to sing that, and when I check, the lyrics, my goodness, is a very violent song. So I just I just stop. Ay, nako. Monopoly, well, it's just like I don't know why, it's the former Queen Elizabeth, they don't allow his grandchildren to play Monopoly. I don't know why. Filipino, Canadian bread and Filipino honey, I've had bought days waiting to meet Mia in much harder than just waiting to fly there and meet someone there. Well, that's the problem, Canadian bread and Filipino honey. Because we Filipino, it's not easy for us to get visa. Even though me, I have to wait for 5 months just only for interview. Okay, 5 months. But they said that at the 2023 they're gonna change that. So instead of waiting for 5 months, this is in the U.S. embassy. Instead of 5 months, they're gonna make into a little shorter, 3 months. Unlike this is 5 months, okay. But before the pandemic, a lot of people waiting for a year just to get their appointment for interview. So yeah, they have to wait 1 year, and then they make it shorter, 5 months, and then they said uh 2024 they make it 2 3 months only, waiting for for the interview. Hello, Brit. Oh my goodness, I'm talk a lot. Brit, go hello. Yeah, do you watch that? You watch that the series Boots and Boots. But the leading man was in real life he's dead. Tani, I love that. I also love watching the Boardwalk Empire. That's very nice series also in HBO Go. And then the first one that I watched during the time, the history between the German and the man in the high castle. That's why I learned the song the Edelweiss. So the Edelweiss is a kind of flower. I thought that's a song. So they made a song titled Edelweiss. The Edelweiss is a flower, wild flower with the white petals with the yellow. So when I watch some movies, I learn a lot from that. Tupac. Yeah, I heard some song of Tupac. Tupac. In Tagalog, puts and butts, Tupac. There's the word Tupac. Something that you have a tantrums in Tagalog. Meaning of Tupac is just like in Tagalog, you have tantrums. Yeah, Tupac. But you know what? Dr. Dre, I love also. And then they love with Snoop Dogg. Oh, I love I love their Dr. Dre. I love the way he rap. It's very it's just very swag. And I love also 50 Cent. It's just like me. I'm not really into the into the once I love the music, the song, I just check also the lyrics, because I really attach. I'm so emotional when I hear. It reminds me. Okay, guys, this is the thing that when I watch Joker. Okay, so they don't show how bad is Joker is. So when I watch the movie about Joaquin Phoenix, about the story of I love that I never get tired of watching again and again about the Joker starring Joaquin Phoenix, because there's a story. Unlike the Batman that the Joker has, they just become a bad. But this story about Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, has a story. And then I love the the soundtrack that that's from Frank Sinatra. That's my life. Okay, so I really look the lyrics, and it really fits on the character that Joaquin Phoenix role about the Joker. So, and most of and then uh, you in Batman movie, they show that Joker is a bad person, but this the movie from Joaquin Phoenix, I love, because it shows that there's a reason why he keep laughing. So it's just like a illness, and he gets that illness because the live in partner of the the adopted mother was beating on his head, and then it's just like also like in that movie The Joker, that don't believe the person into lie, because that's what happened to that's what happened to Joaquin Phoenix, that the the mother telling him that that the mayor was his dad, and Bruce was his step brother, but it's still all a lie because the mother has a mental illness. So, and then he realized, because he's fight for his right, to tell that I'm also your I'm also your son. But the story, it shows that the mother tell a lie, so it end up she killed by by Joaquin Phoenix. I forgot the name of Joaquin. Uh, but there's there's a part two about that, so I can wait to see that, because I love I love Joaquin Phoenix. Listen to music and chat with people on YouTube is good way to deal with loneliness. Okay, so that's 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 the way you fight for your loneliness, so that you don't feel loneliness. Shy Star, what's up? Hello, Shy Star. Calling attention to calling attention to all my live chat viewers. So I would like to inform for those ones to sponsor my show for tonight, Day in Your Time. So I really appreciate if you're gonna sponsor my show tonight. Okay? And for those ones to click on the membership join button. So you're very welcome, guys. Okay, Brit, go. I get a better mood if I put a song on album like. Okay. Have you watched the Boardwalk Empire, Brit? I love that. I love that. Good folks around here all the time. Hi, Shy Star from Frank Tate. Hi, Frank from Brit. Filipina, hello, Shy Star. Hi, Brit. Shy. Okay. Listen to the song Dear Mama by Tupac. It reminds me that, there's, the true girls, because, I meet Jerome Craig, the average man unplugged. They said he looked like, he looked like Tupac because Shuffle, hello. Good evening or good morning in your time. So any question, guys? Feel free. I'm gonna stay an hour if somebody will sponsor my show tonight. I'm gonna stay an hour if someone will sponsor my show tonight. Okay? My favorite rapper is Big Daddy Kane. I didn't hear that. Boots had to go back and watch the Balut. Balut! Balut! You know what? Yesterday I was planning to buy, Balut. And while I'm doing live streaming, so I'm gonna eat Balut. So Would you like that, guys? For those don't want to, to eat balut. You want me to show guys while I'm do live streaming eating balut? Would you like that? No, I'm not, I'm not tampo. Balut. No, I'm just, I just make tampo if, too much, too much comment about, about balut. Because it's just like they don't, they don't really have respect. Balut, especially for Filipino, we consider that balut is a food, Sometimes it's just like, that's a survival food for Filipinos. So it's okay to comment about that, but don't comment too much about, balut because, Filipino love eating balut. Okay, so yeah, for those ones to sponsored my show for tonight, okay, I will show you guys, if you're gonna do sponsor my show tonight, okay. So I will balut, I will balut, I will balut. What? Everyone become a member of the family. What do you mean? Okay. No, okay. Duval. So here's the challenge, guys. For those wants to donate my show tonight. So I will go back by okay tomorrow. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna do that Saturday or Sunday. So I'm gonna buy balut, and while I'm talking, I'm gonna eat balut, and I will show you guys how to eat properly balut. The LTC family. Yeah, some people they don't. Some they really scared to try balut, but you know what, guys, balut is good, especially the broth. Nabuang na puts. OMG. Yeah. So I will share and I will teach you guys how to eat balut. How to eat balut. And then with matching chicharon. Oh, I love chicharon. I don't like vinegar, so that will make it harder. No, it's already cooked. It's already soft. No, it's not. It won't get hard with vinegar. Ay. What are you talking about, Shuffle? I don't like vinegar, so that will make it harder. Yeah, I love chicharon. We are family. Thank you, Boots. Boots. Yeah, chicharon is good. Harder to try, not harder like a rack. Ugh. So thank you so much, guys, for for coming to my It's just like, have you okay? So I'm gonna ask you guys about the discussion that I mentioned. Did you learn about how to deal loneliness, especially with your partner or without partner? Dave. Oh, it reminds me of Dave. Maybe pickle juice. Pickle pickle juice. Thank you for coming, Dave. So okay. So this coming Sunday, I have live also, and I don't know if Miss Manny can able to join because there's something wrong with her, with her laptop. Shuffle, I learned to overcome loneliness long time ago. Long time ago. Oh, thank you. Okay. Any question, Dave? How you deal? Well, it's just like, yeah, every, as long as as long as you're alive, sometimes you cannot really, you cannot really avoid to feel lonely. But it's just like it's according how you deal with the loneliness, okay? Or if you feel lonely about that, all you have to do just make yourself busy, do something, clean the house, clean your car, fix things, or make yourself busy. Because if you're not make yourself busy, you always feel lonely. It is just acceptance. You decide how you will react, either dwell it or move on. Yeah, move on. So nobody wants to me to try balut try balut online. So this coming Sunday, yeah. But guys, I already gonna mention that it might Miss Money will not join with me, or I don't know if she's want to have her show this coming Friday. So I don't know. So guys, I'm gonna say good night to all of you. And thank you so much for joining with me and sharing your comment, opinion, and talking, experience in life. Well, it's big problem also if you're gonna go if you look for 304. What if you don't have money? So you get in trouble with the 304. So if you find it, you cannot, you cannot find 304 without money. So if you don't have money, don't find 304. So find 304 if you have money. Because if you don't have money, you get in trouble. They might, they might kick your ass all the way until you realize we're no giving you free service. Okay, guys. So thank you so much, guys, and see you this coming Friday if Miss Manny will, will decided, to go on her phone or we never know. So just uh, my upcoming live also this coming Sunday. So I do have that. Okay. So and maybe I'll gonna, next week I'll gonna pretty busy. Okay, so maybe I can, I can do that. um, second week of November. What? Lord, if I wanted 304, I had my opportunities. They don't need money to play, just to stay. What? God bless everyone. Okay, good night, everyone. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate your opinion, your comment, your question. So until this coming Sunday, hope you can join with me, guys. So thank you and have a good night and have a good day. Bye. Mabuhay.